Alrighty, to start off the show, we're going to start off again with a very serious matter, the war going on between Russia and Ukraine. We understand there's much more serious consequence of the war than a hinder on the gaming industry. And although we both have a lot to say, this show is purely about gaming and esports. So we will only be going over how the war is affecting the gaming world. Our hearts go out to all affected by this war and hope for the quickest and safest resolution. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
To start off this week, if you weren't here last week, go check the story out there to get up to date because there's always going to be a lot on this topic. And this week, Ukraine's vice prime minister has tweeted stating, "You are definitely aware of what is happening in Ukraine right now. Russia declare war, not for Ukraine, but for all civilized world. If you support human lives or support human values, you should leave the Russian market." He tweeted at Xbox and PlayStation. With this being said, we can start with all the cancellations around involving Russia. Ham, what did we find?
Valve has canceled Eastern Europe's Dota Pro Circuit Spring Tour. Navi responded with, "Esports won't be the same now. World won't be the same. But all of you decide what it will be. Don't keep silence." EA put out a statement removing Russian clubs and national teams from FIFA products. EA and Origin have also halted all sales on their apps like FIFA and Apex Legends from being available in Russia. Microsoft also stating that they are suspending all new sales of its products in Russia, including Xbox and Windows, along with digital sales as well, like Office, Azure, Xbox Live, and Game Pass, stating they just wish for peace. Sony has pulled Gran Turismo 7 sales from Russia. Take-Two and Ubisoft have stopped sales in Russia. Eliza Esports has banned Russian-owned organizations like Gambit Esports from taking part in CSGO tournament organized by the company with hashtag #StandWithUkraine. Blast Premier has also put out a statement banning Russian teams from participating. ESL has even stated they banned organizations with ties to Russian government from ESL Pro League 15.
Activision Blizzard has also suspended all game sales and all in-game purchases in Russia. Nintendo eShops have fully been taken offline in Russia. CD Projekt Red has stopped all game sales as well in Russia, as well as Belarus. Even Disney halted all of their film sales in Russia. And then we also heard more from teams such as the Russian team Virtus Pro, who took forever to speak out on their stance about the war, to the point where Dota 2 was threatening to just ban them if they didn't speak up. ESL just stated they aren't banned. They just have to go under a neutral name without representing their country or their Russian sponsors.
Well, Virtus Pro spoke up and it wasn't good. Virtus Pro put out a statement blaming cancel culture for banning them, rather than the truth, which is just not putting a stance on if they support a horrific war, saying they can't tolerate the behavior of players being neutral, and there is no rational reason to suspend them from playing. This is incredibly ignorant. In response to this disgusting statement, Ukrainian-based team Navi has announced they are breaking off all cooperation with ES Force Holding, as ES Force has publicly denied the horror that is now happening in Ukraine. Virtus stated they will leave it up to the players if they'd like to play. Since the players can't be under the name Virtus Pro, they are competing under the name Outsiders. Hellraisers have suspended their operations for the duration of the Ukraine invasion, stating the Hellraisers project can't keep working in this current situation and will be on hold until the war ends, committing to still paying all employees their full salary. Ukrainian developers GSC Game World announced Stalker 2's development will be paused until after the Ukraine victory. Those are powerful words. Wargaming
yeah.
has fired their World of Tanks developer, Sergery, doesn't matter, over their support for the invasion after Sergey has made several statements on social media in defense of the ongoing military action.
Switching to on the more supportive side of things for Ukraine, Unity has donated 623,000 to humanitarian charities in Ukraine, along with launching 2 initiatives on the Unity Asset Store to help Ukraine, donating 100% of the net revenue. Itch.io, funny name, has launched charity bundles of 1,000 games to support Ukraine. John Romero has created a new Doom 2 level, raising over 25,000 euros for Ukraine. TSM Dota 2 team has also donated $16,350 to relief efforts in Ukraine. The Pokemon Company has donated 200,000 to help families in Ukraine. The all-women speed running event Frost Fatales has raised over $132,000. This War of Mine has raised over £500,000 for Ukraine. CD Projekt Red has also donated over $240,000 in humanitarian efforts for Ukraine. Activision has raised over $300,000 for the same causes. And then lastly, Riot Games is set to donate a whopping $1 million, which is a whole week's worth of Battle Pass sales to humanitarian efforts in Ukraine.
We will do our best every week to keep everyone up to date on how the war is affecting the gaming world. We are deeply, deeply saddened by this absolute madness, with our hearts going out to everyone involved. We stand with Ukraine and hope for nothing but peace.
Peace for Ukraine, man.